So, welcome to a new segment, Tweener Heads. We are here with Austin Budiano. Austin, say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. This is a new segment that I'm going to be doing weekly, where me and Austin, or me and Austin and another person, are going to be talking about tennis-related topics each week, just to kind of continue the conversation of where tennis should be going, what tennis is like from our perspective, and so on and so forth. This is a new weekly segment, so I hope you guys enjoy with this first one. You might...
Sorry.
What was that?
My phone buzzed.
Put your phone on Do Not Disturb.
Sorry, I'll do that now. I got a text message. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, I'm just so popular. I'm just kidding.
Great start. Is that...
No.
Okay. Is that...
Why would you say that?
I'll bleep it out. So... You may have seen Austin in some other older videos. We did the spinning racket challenge. We did the multi-ball challenge, mini tennis. We also did what else did we do? We also did speed grip challenge.
Yeah, we did that.
We did that, and you've definitely been on others, haven't you?
We did? No, we did the crossbar one, but you didn't post that one.
No, I did. Oh, we did do the crossbar challenge one as well. I did 3 of those, actually.
Oh, we did the badminton tennis.
Badminton. That's something I make fun of Austin for. He says badminton differently because he enunciates the mint in the sentence, in the word.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Austin, why don't you tell our audience where you come from, what your background is like, because we met in club tennis, and I actually... we lived together sophomore year, and we lived in the same dorm freshman year of college. So why don't you tell the Tweener Heads where your background in tennis came from?
Okay, so I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Go Bucks.
Yes, go Bucks. Anything Wisconsin, I'm all about it. Brewers, Bucks, Packers, except the Packers are pretty bad right now. But it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so how we got into tennis. My dad is from Indonesia. He played tennis over there, obviously. But then when he was like 13, 15, around that age, he was sent to a boarding school in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and he played tennis there. And then he went up to Marquette, where he played tennis there. And then he met my mom. They had me and my brother, and I guess he put a racket in our hands, and that's how we started playing tennis at age like 3 or 4 or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how I got into tennis. I've been playing ever since.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my background into tennis, I guess.
He's now a 9 UTR, is that correct? You told me earlier.
Yeah, I'm like a lowly 9. I beat an 8 over the summer, like 7.560 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm a lonely 9. I am not that great. It's okay.
It's okay. We're on the same level.
Right.
Yeah, we're okay. We're good.
We're okay.
We're like D3, low D1 level, I would say.
On a good day.
On a very good day, probably. At least now, because we're not playing as much anymore.
I hit my peak when I was 14. It's okay.
Yeah, so did I. I was in the 14s or 16s. I was top 15, and then my shoulder injury kicked in, and then I was top 75 in the 18s, and then I moved. So.
I don't remember what my ranking was, but it's okay.
It's okay. Humble brag. So
you mean, not me.
Not shut up. We both played club tennis together our freshman year. Our friendship, I guess, blossomed from there. We still have the same friends today from college. We're doing this over the phone because currently Austin's working for Children's Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm back at home in Connecticut.
Number 2 in the nation. Sorry.
What'd you say?
That's the number 2 in the nation.
No, your hospital?
Hospital in the nation.
Oh, there you go.
I'll brag about that.
Austin's very proud of his job, and so am I. And fun fact, I actually interviewed Austin's brother who plays D1 tennis. for Ooey Pooey.
As we say it.
Yeah.
Full name, Indiana University, Purdue University of Indianapolis, I think.
Yes. For those who don't know what that stands for. That's one of the hardest. When people ask you about that, it's probably the weirdest responses you get.
Right. Yeah. It is.
And
watching it tell it to other people.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've asked you this multiple times, but do you think you could compete with your brother?
On a good day.
On the good days.
No, last time I played him, I think was last Christmas. I lost like 6-3.
Mm-hmm.
I guess from a UTR standpoint, he's like a 12-ish right now.
Yeah.
I think his highest was like a 12-2 or 12-1 or something like that. But so he's pretty good. I feel like that's the average for a D1 is around.
It's usually around 11.
Lower end D1 is around 11 to 12. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, but his freshman year he started as well, which was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's fun. So the coolest thing I think about having someone like related to me that's in D1, I get to play with them, and they don't really think less about it. Because if I ask someone that I didn't know that know that well,
yeah.
Like if I asked someone at Xavier, I feel like they would kind of look at me funny, like, "Oh, you want to ask me to hit?" Like,
Yeah.
So I can always ask your brother to hit, which is cool.
No, but I like that.
He has to hit with me because he's my brother. So
yeah, he's your brother, and he plays at a high level.
Right, exactly. So it's fun to hit with someone who's better than you. So
you have no idea how hard it is to find someone to hit here. So all of the people that I know that I used to hit with either are coaching throughout the day, have a full-time job throughout the day, and you don't really get to play with them until like 7, 8, and by that time I'm just like, I don't want to play that late anymore.
Right.
So who do you hit with when you're there?
Here, so basically every Monday night I've been going up to this place called Camargo Racquet Club. Mm-hmm. It's advertised as like a 5-0 group.
Okay.
I don't really think it's a 5-0 group though. I don't know.
What do you think it is? Honest answer.
What do I think of what?
Their group, if it's not a 5-0.
No, it's not bad. I mean, it's good hitting. Like, the people there, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not more, but it's just, I mean, it's good enough for me, I think. It's just, at this point, I just use it for exercise because it's the only thing I do.
It's the only
I just play tennis Monday nights, and that's about my exercise for the week. So.
That's fair.
But yeah, it's good. It's like an hour and a half. I don't know. It's $20 a pop for, I guess, balls, and then you just go and hit, and you just play.
Wait, you paid $20 for tennis balls?
Yeah, and to the club.
Oh, okay. I was about to say if you pay $20 for balls, you're doing something wrong, dude.
Yeah. It's more for the club and the balls, I think.
That's good. And is it like is it people our age or is it because
it's all age. So there's high schoolers. They're pretty good. And then there's people. I think there's one kid that's my age. He also works at Children's, actually.
Oh, really?
He's a researcher.
Oh, that's cool.
And then there's another guy. I forget how old he is, but he's older. He's kids, maybe like 40s, maybe 30s.
Oh, that's not bad.
30s, 40s. He also works at Children's as a researcher.
Look at you making adult conversation.
Sort of.
Because me and Austin are both 23, right? You're 23.
Yes, I'm 22.
You're 22. I forget. You're 96. I'm 95.
But yeah. I'd say like the oldest guy that came was probably like in his 50s or 60s. Mm-hmm. So it's all over the place, but it's fun.
Did he beat you?
No, I actually beat him.
Way to beat up on an old man, dude.
I did. I know, right?
Wow. So one of the first things that I wanted to get into today for our first topic is pet peeves in tennis. Me and Austin have probably joked about what annoys us in tennis so many times that at this point it's just by nature we literally just tap each other on the shoulder and just point at whatever's annoying us. And we automatically know. So I have some written down. I want you to go first because I probably have the same ones.
Okay, mine are all over the place.
All right, go for it. You first.
First one, I'm guilty of doing this, especially when I was younger. Especially more so when I was younger. But people who come on after every point.
Okay.
That was definitely me when I was younger. Oh my god, I was probably so obnoxious.
Really?
Yeah. Oh boy. But I do. It annoys me. In club tennis, especially.
Oh yeah.
We're playing club tennis. Like I get it if we're playing for the championship to send us to nationals, but
yeah.
We're playing for like 8th place, dude. You don't have to come on at every point. Just ridiculous.
Oh, especially if you make a mistake, and it's like an easy mistake too, and they start yelling.
Yeah. Another one, cheering after like if the ball hits the net cord and it barely goes over,
Yeah.
people, especially fans, like this is more high school tennis, but they cheer after that.
No, I agree.
Yeah, that was bad. I hated that.
All right. I can relate to that one so much.
Yeah.
What else?
What do you want this one. Okay, when Milos was like getting good, Milos Raonic when he was getting good and whatever.
Yeah.
I did not like his stupid arm sleeve that he wore. Oh my god. Like, I get arm sleeves if you're injured.
His shooting sleeve?
Or whatever. Yeah, he wore like a shooting sleeve, a basketball shooting sleeve. I'm like, dude, you're playing freaking tennis. You're not playing basketball. I get it. You're like 6'8", so maybe your height could translate into thinking that you could play basketball. But dude, you're playing tennis.
Yeah.
If your elbow's hurt, maybe you can wear it. Like that's fair. But you're wearing a freaking arm sleeve to play tennis. And I didn't like him at that point. He was getting kind of cocky. I thought.
So like Christian.
He's fine. Yes. Yeah, Milos is fine now. It's just his arm sleeve just pissed me off. He was also beating Roger at the time. I didn't like that.
Yeah, we're big Roger fans on this show. So, in case you didn't see, yeah. What else? What else you got?
Athletic DNA.
Explain, please. Explain to the audience.
Kids think that they were sponsored by Athletic DNA, but in reality, it was just you sign up for it and you get like a 5% discount on all their clothes or something like that.
Yeah.
But people thought that it was an actual sponsorship. Biggest lie I've ever heard.
This is not against Athletic DNA. We don't hate the brand. We just.
Oh yeah, it's not the brand.
It's not nothing against the brand. It's just how we felt kids used it.
Yeah, the
in
pros
a sense.
who wear it were fine, because they're actually sponsored. But these kids thought they were sponsored.
Yeah,
and, dude, you're not sponsored. I can do the same thing and say that I'm sponsored, but
yeah, every company has it. It's just a more affordable Nike or Adidas, really, because Nike does it. Nike does it for their juniors as well as Adidas, so it's not like you're anything special.
Yeah.
It's not like you're exclusive. Trust me.
Yes, I do own a pair of shorts of Athletic DNA.
I do not own a single piece of Athletic DNA.
Yeah, well, I barely wear it, though. I don't even know where it is. My friend gave it to me, and I just wear it to go to bed.
I'm surprised you didn't, throw it in his face again and just say...
Well, I needed it. I'm not going to throw away a pair of shorts.
No, I thought you were going to throw it back at him.
If it was a shirt, yeah, but not shorts.
Okay.
The shirts are really obnoxiously loud, I think.
How?
They just got a lot of designs on it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just the white pair you had. Okay.
No, if people like that, that's cool, but
okay.
I personally don't, so.
Okay, what else?
Next one, Djokovic trying too hard to be liked. Oh my god, dude. Djokovic tries so hard to be liked. Even Scott Van Pelt on SportsCenter said it. Comparing him to Rafa or Roger, no one likes him as much because he's kind of an ass.
He is. I would agree with that.
Kind of an ass.
I recently posted a YouTube video about whether or not Djokovic is going to be the GOAT, but if you think in terms of likability that more people like him than Roger and Rafa, it's absurd because people actually look at you funny if you think Djokovic is better than Roger or Rafa.
Yeah.
I think Djokovic I think he could pass Rafa for all-time majors, especially next year, but there's no way he's going to be liked more than Federer or Rafa.
Right, I think that's the same thing that goes for Messi or Ronaldo. People like Messi more than Ronaldo.
Yeah, probably because
people equate that to Messi being the GOAT, I think.
Yeah, I can see that. Because
statistically wise, it's hard to argue, but
yeah, because Messi is like Federer in a sense where it's natural talent.
Yeah.
And Ronaldo and Rafa were hard workers. They had to earn their spot because of their physicality.
Well, Roger had to do the same thing too. It wasn't easy for him to get up to the top.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying if you look at physicality wise, Rafa was in such better shape than.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I see that.
Body type.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
All right. Enough. What else? Do you have more?
Yeah, USTA clicks.
Wait, what?
Yeah, people who a clique, the bratty cliques in grade school and high school and stuff like that, but USTA.
I've never heard of this. Explain this to me.
Oh, there's different friend groups, and they always pick each other for doubles, which is fine, whatever. But it's just kind of funny. I can't personally speak on this because I never like traveled that much
Yeah.
around the Midwest. I just know from what my brother says. And then like there was one time I was in Indianapolis for the Midwest closed. I was watching. I think I was just watching Ethan. I think my brother, but there were these kids playing doubles against each other. They were wearing like Celtics and Pacers jerseys and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
Like all of them, like this entire group of like 6 people, and then they went out in the court. And one of the doubles teams, they started losing to these normally dressed kids.
Yeah.
They were down like 4-1 or something like that in the first set. Like I don't know, I forget what set, but they were losing, and they took off the jerseys. I think they ended up winning the match, but it was super funny. They were starting getting absolutely smoked. Then they took them off, and then I think they won, which is kind of funny. But stuff like that, where it's just like douchey USB.
You'll like this one because I have something similar to that. Backwards hats, and high socks.
That's like every tennis player.
That's like every tennis player. But you know the ones that like it's a group of people. It's probably like teenage boys that wear this with like a hoodie and then wear sandals and Sperry's with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just like the cool group. The cool group.
I've done that, but not the backwards hat, but I've done the Sperry's.
Yeah, you are the Sperry king. You only wear Sperry's.
That's true. I already know that.
Do you have any more?
Oh, yeah, people who try really hard to look good when they're actually not. So this is basically every single Instagram account on Instagram account, like tennis Instagram account.
Like all of them, like the coaching ones especially. They oh my god, they just kill me, some of them.
Like I don't name names, but can you give me like a post that you saw that was
Yeah, it's just like people trying to like analyze the pros' strokes and stuff like that. I feel like they're just making up some bullshit to like, you know, sorry for the language, but they're just making up stuff, I feel like.
You think?
Like there was this, I was watching some guy look at I think Kyrgios's forehand.
Yeah.
And he was pointing at like I don't remember exactly. He was pointing at his elbow and then like he drew like a perpendicular line from his elbow to the ground. I was like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? Stuff like that. Yeah. Mainly stuff like that, where they're just analyzing pro strokes. It's like, yeah, the pro strokes are good to analyze, obviously. But when you just make up stuff like that.
So you think people that bullshit?
Yeah, people that bullshit on Instagram.
Okay. All right. So I got
what?
I got a couple. You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
The people when you're about to serve and they purposely stop you and say sorry, put up their hand for at least 5 seconds and they're completely ready and they just make you wait.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's
on purpose, yeah.
It's always on purpose. It always becomes a mental game.
Oh, I've never encountered anyone like that.
Really?
Well, I have, but not to like that obvious of an extent, you know.
I remember I was playing a level 5. It's different from New England and Midwest, but a level 5 is it's like a sectional tournament in a sense. And I was playing in the 14s or 16s, and I played a 3-set marathon. And I remember at one point the guy was getting his towel, and we were just staring at each other with both our towels in our hands. And I was serving, and the umpire gives me a point penalty. I'm like, what did I do? He's like, you didn't serve in time. And I was like, wait, I'm supposed to serve? I'm waiting for him to get ready.
Yeah, you're supposed to go at server's pace.
Yeah, and I was the server, so it was my pace. So I guess I was playing to him, and it just didn't work out. Tennis grunts, if it's so obnoxious that you can't play anymore.
Yeah, dude, there's some really cool ones, though.
Like, who has a cool grunt?
David Ferrer.
David Ferrer.
Yeah. Oh, well, first of all, I love David Ferrer.
Okay. Name another person.
Rafa's is pretty classic now.
Well, yeah, because it's iconic.
Yeah. Djokovic is alright.
Because his turns into a scream.
Yeah, depending on who he's playing.
Yeah.
And how well he's playing.
Some of the women's ones are...
Oh, the women's ones are absurd.
Like, very unique.
Halep is basically screaming.
Halep screaming.
Kerber kind of screams too. Well, not really.
Kerber's one of the least annoying.
Yeah. But Halep just screams. Sharapova, obviously.
Sharapova.
Serena screams.
Venus screams.
Venus screams.
Venus screams. But the Serena video during the U.S. Open when she hit the shot and then like turned into a complete animal, just started screaming. That actually scared me.
Yeah, I mean, I would be scared of Serena too.
Yeah. I have two more. I have a pusher. Pushers. Especially... Yep. Oh, and this kind of relates to another thing. People that have two backhands. People who have two backhands.
Like a double-handed forehand?
Yeah.
A lot of Asians have that, actually.
I know. It's very surprising.
Oh, frick. What's her name? I was in Indian Wells, and obviously I was with my parents, and then I was with another family, two families, actually, that were both also Asian. But there was this girl from Chinese Taipei. Frick, what's her name?
Oh! What is her name?
Something Wei.
Peng Shui.
No, not Peng Shui. She's from mainland China.
Are you looking it up?
Oh, never mind. She is Chinese. No, she's Taiwanese. I was right. Yeah, it's...
It's Peng Shui.
No, it's not Peng Shui.
Who is it?
Oh, I can't... I have to figure out how to pronounce her name.
Oh my god, just guess.
I wish I could speak Chinese.
For the listeners, just speak Chinese.
Shu
Wei. Thank you.
HSIEHSW sorry -WEI.
Okay.
Shu Hui.
Shu Hui.
Something like that.
So we'll go with that.
She was sweet though. She was like, yeah, she is two-handed forehand, I think.
Yeah,
she's a wizard.
When I was growing up, I played a kid with two backhands, and I swear to God, I felt like he couldn't play tennis. It was just so annoying to play someone like that.
That's funny.
It's so annoying to me. Like, I feel like people, like, that's not tennis. At least for me.
Dude, they find a way to win.
They find a way to win, and I can't be mad at it, but I am. I just can't.
Okay.
And then my last one, this last one we've talked about a lot, and this is going to transition to our next topic, but people that didn't play tennis but report on tennis.
Report on tennis. Oh, yeah. Oh.
People that talk about tennis that don't know tennis.
Yeah, like Mike, not Golick,
Greeny. Because I know where you're going to go with this, because our next topic, and this is a little old of a subject, but I felt like we had to talk about this. The Serena Osaka final at the U.S. Open. Me and Austin probably dissected this whole thing for a good hour, 2 hours.
Yeah, probably.
Just us, and I just wanted to get our opinion out there on it. And go ahead with the Greeny thing, because this kind of translates into the pet peeve of people that don't know tennis as much. So go ahead.
I will quote Greeny said when he thought that Serena was treated unfairly, but he basically said, like, the darkest day in tennis history. I'm like, wait a second, Greeny.
No, because Monica Seles got stabbed in the back.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know what round, but she got stabbed in the back.
She was stabbed on the court.
She got hurt. How was that?
She was literally stabbed.
Like, I don't know how that can be the darkest day in tennis. I mean, like, I understand that, but just someone got stabbed.
Stabbed.
Because whoever stabbed Celis didn't want her to break the record that I think Steffi Graf was going to get or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
That is so just lower IQ.
IQ. I agree.
Stuff like that. Like, Green is saying that, and then, like, they just didn't know the rules and stuff like that.
I think when it came to this topic, I think Stephen A. we agreed on this. Stephen A. said it, he hit it on the nose, where as soon as she started bringing in other topics that weren't related to tennis, she lost the argument.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Stephen A. did say that. That's right.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith from ESPN said that as soon as she brought race, motherhood, and everything else that wasn't related to tennis into the argument, she lost.
Brought race into it.
What?
I don't think she brought race into it.
Did she not? Or was it sexism?
So.
No, it was sexism. It was sexism and motherhood. Cheating. Yeah. And I think when it came to that, like, in my personal opinion about the whole, incident. I think it never should translate it outside of the tennis court. I thought the USTA statement from their president could have been reworded at some point. I think Serena not answering the question after the match with her publicist and people stepping in to make sure that she was not answering the question was a little sketchy in my point of view. But that's just me, and I thought the whole situation could have been handled better. What do you think about it?
I'm trying to find, because one of my friends on Facebook
commented saying this is a travesty, all this stuff, and she didn't know anything about tennis. And
Oh, really?
Specifically outlined what was wrong with the article that she posted. But we'll see if I can find it.
Okay. We'll come back to that. So, Austin, what's the article?
U.S. Open final wasn't about a meltdown, it was about sexism.
Who was it by?
That's what it's titled. Refinery29.com. How credible they are.
Refinery 29? Digital media company, okay. What?
Okay, anyways, this is what I said. Well, I can read what she said.
Read what she said and then give your full comment on it.
The comments under this post are ridiculous. Did any of them actually read the article? People saying don't win shame Osaka, like Osaka cried because of how she won. She didn't outskill Williams. In parentheses, she might have. She definitely did.
Oh.
But the game ended because of a penalty, and Osaka wasn't given the title. Williams isn't a sore loser, but she's standing up for herself. She's not even mainly upset about losing. She's upset about the mistreatment from the ref. So I commented on that.
And what'd you say?
So the first violation was a coaching violation, and that was a warning without any consequence.
Yeah.
Serena's the winner of 23 Grand Slams, and should have moved on from the situation.
Yes.
She should have moved on from the situation.
Of course.
The chair umpire is not accusing Serena of cheating or questioning her character. It's simply a warning for coaching, which simply is not allowed. Many other players had moved on to the next point, male or female. Mm-hmm. And then the second violation was a point deduction for smashing her racket. Mm-hmm. That's standard across the ATP and the WTA. Mm-hmm. Any player will lose a point for smashing the racket. Yeah. So for Serena to say that the umpire stole a point from her for smashing her racket is hardly credible to me.
Yeah.
All right. The third violation is where we can, everyone can beg to differ, and whatever, that's more than fine. We're allowed to disagree.
Yeah.
Well, men historically have probably said worse things to chair umpires. I know that Anthony, one of our good friends, Anthony Lockwell, he was a ball boy for the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And he said that, the men do say a lot worse things than Serena calling the ref a cheater or a thief or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, men historically do say worse things to chair umpires. The fact that Serena was constantly in the umpire's ear for stealing a point and questioning her character, which wasn't the intention, is why he gave out that third game violation. It's because of all that constant jabber in the ear of the ref is going to get annoyed and just tee her up, basically. And, even it's kind of like a basketball analogy.
Yeah.
If someone's talking too much, you just tee them up because you're done with it and it shuts them up.
Yeah.
Right? And then I said, yes, the double standard probably does, and not even probably, does exist between male and female players with what they say. But I will say that this umpire in the past has coded and warned many other male players, arguably even less offensive words than thief.
And
Andy Murray.
Yeah.
Andy Murray, for example, called the officiating of Carlos Ramos stupid.
Everyone has.
Right. He called the officiating stupid and got a verbal abuse for that. Yep. Nick Kyrgios, the firecracker that he is, yelled at a ball boy to give him his towel and got a verbal abuse violation for words that weren't even directed at Carlos Ramos, but for at a ball boy.
Yep.
So in this situation, I don't think it was a mistreatment per se, not even blatant and ignorant sexism,
Yeah, he's known for being a very tough umpire. Even Rafa has said he doesn't want him to be an umpire anymore in 2016, as well as Djokovic. I think 3 out of the 4 top players at the time hated him. And I think Stephen A. also even said, when you play your opponent, you also know the refs, and you also should know how they see things. You know what I mean?
And he's done matches for her too in the past, like big matches, semifinal matches.
Yeah, exactly.
I think was one of them. I forget the others. But he's done big matches before.
He's done big matches. He is a well-respected umpire, and I think the way to show your authority as an umpire probably wasn't the best suited time for it, I would say. Yeah. Because it's the U.S. Open final versus with one of the greatest and probably one of the next up and comers.
Right, and I think the biggest question that comes out of this is probably the coaching violation, because that's what started it all.
Yeah, but
They're normally not called, and everyone coaches.
Everyone coaches, and I think after that, a lot of people were just trying to push forward the idea that coaching should be allowed in tournaments now, because if everyone's going to do it now, every player's come out and said they get coached during the match. It's just a matter of whether it's legal or not now.
Right.
So,
I think the rest of this is just kind of filler words. Like
Yeah.
I said, you get back to differ, and I respect it. I feel inclined to share my opinion on the sport I grew up playing and love. This type of controversy does not deserve to be in a sport where controversy is already so much lower than other sports that the sentence even makes sense.
you correct them.
Controversy doesn't deserve to be in a sport where controversy is already so much lower than other sports. That makes sense, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then I said Osaka definitely played better than Serena and was fully deserving of the victory. And Serena will still go down as the GOAT. So,
Yeah, I think
those are my thoughts.
yeah, Serena's still going to go down as the GOAT for female tennis.
Also, that one Australian player, she said something about, I wish Serena would have taken that coaching violation with just a grain of salt, or I forget how she said it. Like,
Was that Barty?
No, it wasn't slang. It was she wasn't ranked very high, or she hasn't been.
Okay.
She's one of those like fringe players, I think.
Okay, gotcha.
But she said something about she got like a code violation in the U.S. Open one time for like her coach said controlled aggression or something like that.
Yeah.
Which she didn't even know what that meant apparently in her tweet, and she got a coaching violation for that. She got a coaching
Controlled
violation for
aggression.
that. Right. She got a violation for that, and she was like, okay, and just kind of moved on.
That's funny.
It's kind of unfortunate this happened. There's no communication.
There's no
whatnot, all of
communication.
that, so. Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough.
It's gonna definitely come back when the Australian Open comes around.
Oh, I can imagine the headlines already.
So, yeah, but
So,
it's all right. I guess do
yeah,
your best.
it happens. It happens. And I think the final topic for today is if you can have anyone's shot in tennis, whose would it be and why?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, no, I'll let you go first because I want to see your response because I think I might know yours.
You already know my shot that I want.
What is it?
Anyone in the top 30's backhand. Anyone. Anyone. Preferably like Nishikori, Djokovic, or maybe even like Goffin.
Zverev is really
Zverev's backhand. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think
any of those backhands. Oh my god, I would kill.
I would go either Federer's backhand, just because, or if I was to go forehand, I'd probably say Del Potro's.
Delpo's got a nasty forehand.
Delpo's forehand is so flat, but makes so much sense at the same time that it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Plus, for a 6'8" guy, he has touch.
Well, I mean, when you're in the top 30, anyway, you can do anything.
He can move, and he's 6'6". John Isner was on the scene. Was John Isner before Del Potro?
I don't know. It's a good question. I can do the stat check on that.
Stat check, please. But I think...
I'm copying Barstool Sports.
Breaking moves.
Yeah.
But
Isner age.
But I think when it comes to...
John Isner's 33.
How old is Del Potro?
Hold on, Martin.
John Isner's 33?
Yeah, he just had a kid, too.
I remember that. I'm trying to think because...
Del Potro was 30.
Yeah, so...
And then Roger's up there at old man age, 37.
But I think John Isner is a poor man's Del Potro.
Yeah, that's true. I believe. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's probably true.
Probably true? You think that's true?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, dude, anyone can beat anyone besides like the top 3. Oh, this is a funny analogy. One of my high school teammates.
Yeah.
He was more.
Ah!
Sorry, I know. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I don't know what happened. But anyways, my teammate, he ended up playing for William and Mary.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Good team.
But he was like talking about the men's tour and stuff like that. He was saying that all like college players, D1 college players, get destroyed by the top college players, that the top schools for, I guess, like, if you want a UTR reference, like, anyone that's like a 14 or a 15, like close to a 15 or 14 or high 13s, they all destroy everyone else on like the lower end of the college tour. And then college tour, that's funny. I'm using it myself.
Yeah.
But those guys get destroyed by the top college guys. Those top college guys get destroyed by the guys playing challengers, like the 15s, like the lower end 15s. And then those 15s get destroyed by the top 100. Those top 100, they get destroyed by the top 30, and everyone in the top 30 gets destroyed by the top 3.
Yeah.
My mind was like, whoa, that's crazy. I didn't even, when I was in high school, I was like, I didn't even think the tennis world was that big.
But if you break it down into those categories, you're like, holy shit.
Right.
It really does come down to it.
Yeah. So.
But
going back to your original point about, like, what'd you say, like, Del Potro, or Isner's like
John Isner is a cheap man's Delpo.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that doesn't do justice to John Isner.
It doesn't, but John Isner can never break a guy's serve.
Yeah, I mean, but for being top 10 of the world, I guess you don't need to.
You don't need to.
With your serve, if your serve is that big,
Yeah, but that's why he goes into marathon matches.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways,
everyone's gonna have a limitation.
Facts.
Even Federer.
Facts.
Federer, I feel like Fed gets impatient whenever he plays Djokovic.
Yeah, same with Rafa.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for listening to our first Friday tennis talk segment with Austin here. Austin, is there a social media these listeners can follow you at?
Yeah, I'm private though.
Oh, dude.
You can try to follow me.
Try to follow Austin.
Austin Budiono. Like how you normally spell Austin, Austin, and then Budiono.
On Instagram or Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter. Oh, you can follow me on Twitter. Frick. What is my...
It's at Austin Budiono. It's at Austin_Budiono.
Oh, there you go. Phil's got it.
And then if you want to follow us for more content, make sure to check us out at Tweenerhead Tennis on Instagram, at Tweenerhead on Twitter, and Tweenerhead on Facebook. So, hope you guys enjoyed this first Friday segment. Thank you again, Austin. I hope to see you guys soon. Thanks, guys.